Hello, everyone. Hello. I got YouTube right here, I got Instagram right here, and I am live on both for the first time. Woo! Yes. Now, today I am talking about making sure you are ready for change. Making sure you are ready for change. And I'm talking about this because a lot of times I'm coming to an understanding that people do not realize that healing is a journey and it is something that does not happen overnight. And I want to make sure that everyone knows that healing is a journey and to make sure that you are ready for change. Hi, my name is Shanita, and welcome to the Creative Growth Channel. Here, I teach individuals how to heal from their traumatic experiences as well as uncover and discover who they are so they can begin to live a life of wholeness and purpose. So, once again, I have 5 signs that you may be ready to heal from your traumatic past. 5 signs. And I talked about this because, even though I am a mental health therapist, I've been in the field for over 10 years now, but I myself had a traumatic past, a traumatic experience. Growing up, I went from one trauma experience to the next, and that didn't end when I grew up. Even in adulthood, I went from one traumatic experience to the next. So I know what it's like to have this internal turmoil all the time, constantly nagging at you. Something is wrong, and you're thinking maybe it's wrong with everything else on the outside, but it's something that's going on inside. And for me, I knew there was something going wrong inside and that I needed healing. And it took some time for me to realize that, especially once I became an adult. It took some time for me to understand that I'm the one who needs healing. I'm the one who needs to be free from all the emotional turmoil. And I can have that freedom. I can have that peace, that joy, that love within without my circumstances changing. So here we are once again. I got 5 signs that you should check out to make sure that you are ready for your healing. All right, sign number 1 that you are ready to heal. Woo! You are tired of feeling stuck. My goodness. I was tired of feeling stuck. And I was stuck in my personal life. I was stuck emotionally, though, as well. And I was stuck in my mind. My mindset was stuck because things I learned growing up continue to play over and over in my mind and through my life. I was stuck and I was tired of feeling stuck. So if you can say, yes, I crave, I long, I desire for that emotional freedom and growth, then this is a sign that you are ready to heal. All right, sign number 2. You recognize, and this is a hard one for everyone, for at least for most, you recognize the impact of your past and are willing to face it, even if it's painful. And just so you guys will know and come to the conclusion right now, it is going to be painful. I'm not sure why there's an if. There is no if about it. It's going to be painful because recognizing the impact that your past have, you have to come to a realization, okay, something happened to me that should not happen to me. Something went on in my life that should not have went on. It caused me to be fearful. It caused me to be angry. It caused me to be irritated most of the time, especially when I'm triggered. Something went on that should not have went on in my life. And if you can recognize that the impact that your past has had on or has had and have on your life, then you are willing to face it even if it's painful, then this is a sign that you is definitely ready to heal. Okay. Okay. So right now we got number one, you're tired of feeling stuck. And number two, you recognize how your past is impacting your present. And number three, take a deep breath, everyone. Take a deep breath. Number three, you are open to self compassion. You are open to self compassion. Wow. Mm. Are you really ready to nurture yourself through your healing process? That is going to be important, that you can take the time out throughout your day or throughout your week, and you can really begin to hone in and nurture yourself. You're able to have that time to do mindfulness and meditation and figure out, okay, where am I emotionally? And this is something I do at least once a week. Figure out, where am I emotionally? What's going on inside of me that I need to deal with? What's going on inside of you that you need to deal with? Where are you at emotionally? Are you open to self compassion? Are you open to taking the time and deciding? You have to make a conscious decision and an effort to put yourself first during this process of healing. And that is going to be important, because if you go, and go without taking that time to nurture yourself, then you will stop the healing process and end up frustrated. Excuse me. Number 4, are you curious about growth? Do you start thinking to yourself, wow, what would it be like if I didn't have these triggers? If I didn't always feel irritated or agitated or angry? If I could start letting things roll off of me, especially the small stuff? Are you curious about growth? Are you curious about growth, your growth? And are you willing to explore new tools and resources to help support your healing? Some of you guys, though, should seek therapy so you can learn those tools that will help support your healing. But are you curious about growth? Do you think and do you wonder, wow, what would it be like if I didn't have these struggles? What would it be like if I'm able to experience peace no matter what my circumstances is like? What would it be like if I can just sit and be? What would it be like? Curious about your growth. You see, some of you guys are going to be just like I was when we talk about curious about growth, because for me, I experienced trauma since birth. It was one traumatic experience to the next. And I didn't have an ideal of what life could be like outside of my trauma. So I had to sometimes open up a book and read it and see how somebody else survived their trauma, and then imagine myself in that situation. Imagine myself experiencing that kind of peace. Imagining myself experiencing that kind of joy. So for some of you guys, you may have to pick up a book or YouTube somebody who's been through their own healing journey. That way they can give you a vision of what healing and wholeness look like, and a vision of what being able to move forward into your purpose will look like. So are you curious about your growth? And if you don't know what that look like, then find someone and study them and get an idea of what that looked like. But before we leave there, I'll just tell you what it looked like. One of the things I've experienced, especially since I've healed, is that I can let things go. I can sit and I could tell myself, okay, if it's something I don't have any control over, I can let it go. If it's something I do have control over, I may even sit for a while and begin to ponder and think on what I need to do before I do it. But through it all, my peace still reigns within me. Through it all, I can tell my mind, oh, we're not thinking about that. We're not dwelling on that. This is what we're going to think about and dwell on instead. Through it all, no matter what my circumstances look like, I still have joy. All right. So we have 4 so far signs that you may be ready to do your healing work. Number 1, once again, is you're tired of feeling stuck. Number 2, you recognize how the impact of your past is having on your present moment. Number 3, you are open to self-compassion. Number 4, you're curious about your own growth. You're curious. And our last one, number 5, you started to build a support system. And this is really important. Whether it's family or friends, or if you're even ready to seek professional help to guide you on this healing journey. And don't be afraid to seek professional help. There's nothing wrong with going to therapy. I'm a therapist and I go to therapy whenever I need to go to therapy. So there is nothing wrong with going to therapy. There's nothing wrong with seeing a psychiatrist either. You should have a therapist just like you have a primary care physician. Yes, you should. So I want you to start building a support system. Who in your circle of friends and family can support you on this journey? Now, these people need to be trustworthy. They need to also keep your information to themselves because they need to become a safe space for you to begin to explore what you experience, how you are feeling, and how it's impacting your life. If that individual is not a safe space, they are not your support system whatsoever. Do not include them because that will cause you more trauma. So start thinking who are in your circle, friends, family, sometimes even neighbors that can help you and guide you on this journey. Okay? All right, so there we have it. Those 5 signs that you might be ready to heal from your traumatic past. I'll do them one more time. Number 1 is you're tired of feeling stuck. Number 2, you recognize the impact that your past have on your present. Number 3, you are open to self-compassion. Number 4, you are curious about your own growth. And number 5, you started to build a support system for yourself. Once again, my name is Shanita. Welcome to the Creative Growth Channel. I'm glad you're with me today. And I help individuals to heal from their traumatic experiences as well as discover who they are so they can begin to live a life of wholeness and purpose. Until next time, be blessed.